Everyone kinda knows what furries are, but no one actually seems to know where they came from.
And that's why we decided to create the sweatiest and most academically rigorous furry documentary ever produced. To accomplish that, we had to spend hundreds of hours reading Wikipedia articles.
But the extensive online research and copious amounts of furry corn slowly began rotting our brains. We knew that we had to take a step further, and eventually we went undercover on a 2-day furry party cruise.
The drugs and shit like that, you know? It gets pretty fucking crazy. Point of view with your dick.
On the cruise, we found out something that the online forums and YouTube shorts were trying to hide from us.
After watching this video on 2x speed without skipping, you will never see your beloved movies in the same light. This is the police bunny from Zootopia.
Hey, Officer Hops.
She's the pinnacle of anthropomorphism. Judy Hopps is so thoroughly humanized that she lives in a city, uses a toilet, cries real tears, owns a phone, feels awkward around naked peers, and pays taxes.
Anyway, according to your tax forms...
This makes Zootopia suspiciously furry. The whole point of furries is to cosplay as anthropomorphic animals. This has led to speculation within the furry fandom that the movie may have been intentionally targeting furries. Also, the release of Zootopia coincidentally overlaps with the rapid growth of the furry fandom. Zootopia by itself makes Disney's role undeniable, but Judy Hopps is just the tip of the iceberg. Disney's furry obsession actually began over 50 years ago.
But before digging deeper into Disney, let's start from grass and begin our adventure on the furry cruise. The cruise ship's route would lead us from Helsinki to Stockholm with about 400 furries on board. The floating convention was organized behind closed doors. We were the only normies who knew about it. We felt like we were boarding Noah's Ark.
Stockholm Jones and the Cabin of Doom. This is the Cabin of Doom.
This is our room. This is the furries.
We're now here on the sun deck. Let's try to find someone to interview.
I'm Petokikka. This is my persona. I'm Patsurisu. It is a Pokemon.
I'm Verti. I'm a hyena.
My first name is Ral. I'm just a normal cat.
Why do you think people are doing this?
It's a very nice way to express yourself.
It's mostly just for the community.
I like punk, and hyenas are very punk and like very alternative. I like their mannerisms as presented in nature documentaries.
I don't have the costume. The fursuit, they cost a lot of money.
This cost 5,000 euros.
5,000 euros.
Yeah.
When you put that suit on, you're not really yourself. You're hiding your normal identity, finding people, love, like whatever. I personally, I have ADD. I probably have depression. I probably have ADHD. Whatever. I haven't been diagnosed, but
never watch Lion King. Apparently, for many of them, the first thing that was like, hold on a minute, I like them animals, is Lion King, because like Mufasa's finance, like.
Disney's entire brand is deeply tied to anthropomorphism. From the very beginning, Disney created anthropomorphic characters, the most iconic one being Mickey Mouse. The early animal characters were primarily comedic. More serious animal characters appeared later with classics like Bambi and Dumbo. Even then, these animals were quite distant from fully human.
Turn around!
But this would change in 1973, when Robin Hood was released.
This will be my greatest performance.
The film was a commercial success. In Robin Hood, the character's animal traits were not merely a comedic gimmick. The movie tells a human story with the use of anthropomorphic animals.
This is a turning point. Characters similar to Robin Hood began to appear. A group of people from the sci-fi community started idolizing them and even wanted to cosplay as them. The furry fandom emerged.
Disney is the biggest contributor to this. For example, you have probably all seen Disney movies, Beauty and the Beast, for example, Robin Hood.
These early fans were young adults, which brought its own consequences. And now we're getting into the juicy stuff. I found an article where one furry describes Robin Hood like this. Robin Hood was undoubtedly my entry point into the furry community. More than anything, I wanted to be Robin in the scene where he's tied up.
if you do find the right search terms, you will find the weird shit.
Is this sexual in any way? And furries go like, no. Oh, it definitely fucking is, I would say.
Any fandom that grows big has their weirdos. I mean, look at anime.
Everyone deserves to have some fun because it's in your nature. But like, let's say I had a fursuit, I wouldn't go around seeking sexual activities. It's better to leave that to the side.
Point of view with your dick.
There are things that furries despise. This community does not welcome either zoophiles, groomers, bestialities, and frowned upon.
How dare you! I like Goofy, and I love that cock.
No single cause of fetishism has been conclusively established. There is therefore unlikely to be one single reason why Disney characters become sexualized.
I fucking love Goofy! I like sucking the big old cock!
Sexual imprinting theories suggest that early childhood experiences can shape the fetishes present in adulthood. Within this theory, the conditioning model proposes that fetishes develop when a stimulus becomes associated with sexual thoughts or behavior.
So basically a whole lot of people watched Simba and his hot girlfriend cuddle at a young, impressionable age, and that's the reason why now, as adults, they're drawn to these human-animal fetishes.
Do you guys think that Disney knows what they're doing?
They're professionals. I'm sure they're aware of everything that's going on. The Zootopia movie is an interesting case. They made the characters attractive on purpose.
Yeah, bunnies as well. Like Playboy bunnies and all that.
Yeah.
It cannot be a coincidence.
And also Robin Hood is extremely fetishized in the furry fandom. And the Zootopia creators, they say that they were very inspired by Robin Hood. They must know what they're doing with like Judy Hopps and even Nick Wilde.
Duck in the duck chair! Oh!
Is it still on?
Yeah.
What would you guys do with if Judy Hopps was in your room right now? I would grab her ears from behind and get it from the back. Couldn't resist myself.
Hello, it's Walt here. To be totally honest, although I revolutionized the use of animal characters, I did not invent anthropomorphism. Human-like animal figures have existed throughout history.
The earliest known cave sculpture depicts a human body with a lion's head. This suggests that the human brain is wired to project ourselves onto the world around us. That may explain why we do not find it strange when a rabbit behaves like a human.
About half of the people on the boat were confused normal people. We wanted to know how they felt about the furries.
Hello. Good morning everyone. Good morning. So here we are with Paul. Nice to meet you everyone. Investigating furries. Furries? I seem they have fun in here, so I don't want to complain about them. They have a good time here.
You've seen these furries here.
Yes.
What do you think of them?
Well, I don't really mind. It's probably not for me.
Tää on samoin kuin kattois pornoa radiosta ilman televisiota. Eli sä kuuntelet vaan, mut sä et näe mitään.
How much someone had to pay you if you like put on that furry suit and wore that for like 3 days?
Wow, I wouldn't do it for the money.
100,000.
It would need to be a pretty big number.
For me, it's probably quite low. I could take like $50 a day. Although many of the normies were open-minded, there was a tension between the furries and normal people. Surprisingly, the real weirdos were not furries.
Some random guy slapped my ass.
Did you like it?
No.
He saw that he has a furry fucking tail.
Yeah.
Another normal person went to one of the furries and asked him to suck his dick.
Alright.
What is like the craziest story from one of these events?
First thing would be all the, I don't know, the drugs and shit like that, you know? It gets pretty fucking crazy.
Drugs? Isn't this like a family-friendly, hey,
Eurofurence is a convention in Germany. If it was like one day, it was like 6 ambulances that came because of people either doing like drugs or getting like hurt by become drunk or overheated. I would say furries are the craziest party people I've ever met.
Fuck it,
Not this one again.
This is the escape of human or something like that. I'm a person who works a lot, and this is like the time where I'm not me, where I'm not being like the boring same guy under this suit. I mean, it's weird, to be honest. I'm an adult man, and I'm dressing as an animal. Of course it's weird.
Some parents are not as accepting. If someone comes out, they might be like, oh, how dare you, we disown you, or something like that. My parents were very accepting. My grandparents, not so much.
This is such a good video, and I will definitely subscribe to this channel. But I still wonder why animal characters are so compelling.
That is a great question, Mike. Let me tell you. Humans have a tendency to anthropomorphize. Projecting ourselves onto the world is a way of making sense of reality. It is our ancient pattern recognition system at work. The brain prefers familiar explanatory models. Human behavior is the most accessible model. But that does not fully explain why do we find them so frequently in movies. The limitations of animation and advantages in storytelling may offer explanations.
In the early days of animation, Disney used anthropomorphic characters because animals were easier to draw. Mickey Mouse was built out of circles because circular shapes were easier to animate.
They also seem to be useful in storytelling. In Zootopia, Judy Hopps' ears signal a rabbit's alertness, and in Robin Hood, the chosen animals emphasize each character's personality. These characters are designed to be relatable and appealing. Audiences are encouraged to identify with non-human figures. It is therefore understandable that some people take this identification to an extreme.
At one point it was like maybe 100 furries, now it seems to be closer to like 400. So young people also into furries, and then they come to age, and then they basically come to here with the rest of us here.
How would you want society to see the furry community?
Well, fun hobby, I guess, because like outside of these meets, I'm a kind of normal person.
Yeah.
It's just a hobby, it's just fun. Hobby as in anything else.
In the 21st century, media is our reality. The content we consume controls our interests, desires, and beliefs. When someone becomes a furry, the main influence is media. Movies, YouTubers, anime, and comics. Within the furry community, you constantly encounter new and increasingly unusual sources of inspiration. Yet wherever you go, there's one name that will always come up.